Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Wow, they really can make you dream.
I thought you were going to take a bath, babe. I do.
We got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Take it in the end zone. And it's going to go as a touchback, and it'll begin things at the 25.
Helen Keller, after losing her senses of smell and taste to COVID.
Bridgewater on first down. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to get a solid
Holding. No.
Second and right in the
Come on.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up second and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On first down, Rodgers. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
Hey, watch it. Check it back. Hey, check 26. Check three. Hey, switch gears.
Throwing again. Rodgers now into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly to fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. They'll run on first down. Gibson, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
Rodgers' pass. Intercepted.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-0, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
20-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
The 48-yard line.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And a Panther first down.
From the gun, Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Rodgers. Well, he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defense really threw around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers will find Gibson here complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after? Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down. What a difference a week makes. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
And now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Don't do us like that.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 40.
Throwing is Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their cabinets. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the Panthers.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
It's the fullback with his first. Down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On third down, Bridgewater. And he's got his target. That's more. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route. And the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat. And then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you're trying to do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
We dominate today.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
That's their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
36.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around